Hi dear students, today we will start talking about Emile Durkheim, one of the founders of modern sociology and an important functionalist, classical functionalist sociologist. He was French. But before we start Durkheim's theory, I will briefly review the questions some students asked about what exactly are functional prerequisites and how are they different from functions. Our previous discussion about how to identify functional prerequisites. Briefly speaking, functional prerequisites are needs of society. Society is whole. First of all, we have whole, that means whole society, and then we have parts. By parts, we do not mean individuals. Parts of the whole basically refer like if we have organism, human body, and organs, or you can say systems, digestive system. So these are the real parts. So whole and parts are social institutions like family, religion, politics, right? Parts contribute toward whole, rather parts exist for the sake of whole, and parts the contribution of the parts is called functions. So if we see from the perspective of part, we see that they have functions. Now these functions are basically a response to what? Response to whole's needs. Whole has certain need. For example, human body has a need that it want to see, it want to look, it want to see things. So this need of whole is responded by eyes are a part of whole. Eyes function to see. Vision is basically a response to the need of society, and from here these needs are called functional prerequisites, and these are called functions. So functions are a response to functional prerequisites. Now if we want to identify functional prerequisites, one approach was that we identify which institutions are common, which parts are common. So if we see that a particular institution like family or politics or religion or social stratification, whatever, if you see that it is everywhere, it would simply mean that it must be serving some purpose. That's why it exists everywhere. So then we will, from the function from the institution, we will see what function is it is performing, what purpose it is serving. So from that function, we would say that this function is everywhere, so it must be a need of human society in general. We're not talking about any particular society, we're talking about a human society in general, because we want to establish the laws of the whole of society. This was how the classical sociologists were thinking. So, but the problem with this approach was, as we discussed, that same institution, even if it is everywhere, it may serve different functions. So, if for example, uh, somewhere eyes are everywhere, every human being has eye, but in some remote area, people listen from eye just for the sake of imagination. An absurd example, but just to understand the logic. And in some areas, they are doing from eyes some other function. It is performing some other function. It can think, or it can do other things. It can speak, whatever. So, uh, in that case, we will not be able to exactly pinpoint that which need is universal, because from institution we will go toward function, but institution is common, functions are not. So we will never be able to understand the universal needs of society then. So that is the problem. So in an analogy, I have explained this. Please read it now and listen to previous lecture and this lecture again. Now we'll begin with Emile Durkheim. Emile Durkheim, uh, basically French sociologist, and he I'll in the next clip I'll start.